What if I told you that 3 simple words could completely transform your life? 3 words that have the power to rewire your brain, unlock your potential, and help you win at virtually anything you set your mind to. Now, I know that might sound too good to be true. That's exactly what I thought, too, until I discovered the incredible neuroscience behind it. You see, after spending years studying under Dr. Joe Dispenza, exploring how our thoughts literally reshape our brain's neural pathways, I witnessed the life-changing power of these words. Today, I'm going to reveal them to you and show you the science behind how they work. Hi, and welcome back to Power of Thought, and I am thrilled to share with you something that has truly changed my life and the lives of many others. After years of deep study and workshops with Dr. Joe Dispenza, I've come to realize just how powerful our thoughts really are. I've seen athletes break records, business owners double their success, and artists experience breakthrough moments, all by applying a simple but powerful word pattern in their lives. And this isn't just motivational fluff. It's backed by cutting-edge neuroscience. Today, I'm going to break it all down and show you how you, too, can apply these 3 words to start transforming your life. To understand why these 3 words are so powerful, we need to start by looking at how your brain works. Right now, as you're watching this video, your brain is processing a staggering number of thoughts, on average around 70,000 thoughts per day. But here's something shocking that Dr. Joe Dispenza discovered through his research. 95% of those thoughts are the same as the day before, and the day before that. Think about what that means. If your thoughts are on repeat, your actions, habits, and ultimately, your life can get stuck in that same loop. Why does this happen? Scientists have a term for this: neural pathways. Imagine your thoughts are like water running down a hill. At first, the water finds its way down by creating small paths, but over time, those paths become channels, getting deeper and deeper. Once those channels are formed, water naturally follows the same path over and over. Similarly, in your brain, thought patterns become deep channels, neural pathways that your brain follows out of habit. In Dr. Dispenza's Neuroscience Institute, he and his team used advanced brain scanning technology to observe what actually happens in the brain as we think. Every thought creates a biochemical reaction, releasing neurotransmitters and proteins that impact your mood, body, and even your environment. But here's where things get even more fascinating. Dr. Dispenza's team discovered that when people used specific patterns of words repeatedly, their brains started rewiring themselves in response to those words. To put it simply, every time you speak or think certain words, you're creating electrical impulses that travel through your neural networks at speeds of up to 268 miles per hour. These impulses aren't just random, they are literally creating physical changes in your brain structure. Think of it like this: repeating certain words with focus and emotional intensity is like a workout for your brain. It strengthens particular neural pathways, creating a more robust network that supports whatever intention those words carry. One of the most powerful examples of this transformation was Sarah, a participant in one of Dr. Dispenza's advanced workshops. Sarah had been struggling with chronic failure in her business ventures for over 10 years. She tried everything: business coaches, motivational seminars, even hypnosis, but nothing seemed to change. Her brain was stuck in what we call a failure loop, a cycle of thoughts expecting and therefore creating negative outcomes. At the beginning of the workshop, we took baseline brain scans of Sarah and all other participants. What we saw was intriguing. Many of them, including Sarah, had what Dr. Dispenza describes as limited possibility networks, neural pathways that actually limited their perception of what was possible. In other words, their brains were wired to see obstacles instead of opportunities. We introduced Sarah to the power of specific word patterns. 3 words that had been carefully chosen through years of research. Within 6 months, her business revenue had tripled, and she expanded into 3 new markets. But here's the most fascinating part. Her brain scans showed entirely new neural pathway formations, and her stress levels, measured through cortisol testing, dropped by 60%. Sarah wasn't the only one. We saw similar patterns across hundreds of participants, people who had felt stuck for years, finally breaking through barriers they thought were permanent. Now, after all that, you're probably wondering what these 3 life-changing words are. But before I reveal them, it's important to understand that these aren't just any words. These words were chosen based on their specific neurological impact. They activate areas of your brain that can create what we call a neural resonance cascade, a domino effect of positive changes that physically reshapes your brain over time. So here they are. The 3 words are, I create reality. Let's break down why these words are so powerful. 1. I. This word activates the brain's self-recognition centers. When you say I, you're literally lighting up the part of your brain responsible for self-awareness and personal power. Brain scans show increased activity in the medial prefrontal cortex, an area linked to self-referential thinking and personal identity. 2. Create. This is a powerful action word. It activates the brain's executive function centers, particularly the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which is involved in planning and decision-making. When you say create, you're signaling to your brain to step into a state of active participation in shaping your life instead of passively observing. 3. Reality. This word activates your brain's perception centers, particularly the reticular activating system, RAS. The RAS is like a filter that determines what you notice in your environment. By focusing on the word reality, you're telling your brain to look for and spot opportunities that align with your intentions. When combined, these words have a synergistic effect in your brain. They activate multiple neural networks at once, generate new synaptic connections, release powerful neurochemicals, and reinforce the neural pathways associated with success and achievement. Every time you say, I create reality with intention, you're essentially reprogramming your brain's perception and action filters, making it easier to see and act on opportunities that help you succeed. To fully harness the power of these words, consistency is key. Here's a simple but powerful routine to follow. 1. Morning practice. Wake up 20 minutes earlier than usual. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. Slowly repeat the words, I create reality, letting each word fully resonate. Visualize what that means for you. 2. Set reminders. Throughout the day, set a timer on your phone for every 3 hours. When the alarm goes off, pause, close your eyes if you can, and repeat, I create reality, especially before making important decisions. 3. Consistency over 66 days. According to Dr. Dispenza's research, transformation happens in stages. Days 1 to 7, you may feel some resistance. By days 8 to 21, your brain begins forming new neural pathways. Days 22 to 45 bring about new thought patterns. Finally, by days 46 to 66, the words I create reality will become an automatic part of your brain's wiring. This is neuroplasticity in action, your brain physically reorganizing itself to support your new thought patterns. If you're ready to reshape your brain and start living the life you've always wanted, try this simple practice for the next 66 days. If this video has inspired you, please hit the like button, subscribe for more science-based techniques to unlock your potential, and let me know in the comments how you plan to use I Create Reality in your own life. Thanks for watching, and remember, each day, each thought, you have the power to create your reality.